Tinubu justifies beat appeals of reform, Lord citizens' patience. Ondo joins states banning graduation ceremonies in nursery, junior secondary schools. Falana, Ezekwesili, Sule task lawyers on socio-economic rights, electoral rights. Ganduje faces fresh probe over alleged sale of public property. Oshun at 34, Adeleke scores administration high, warns against dirty politics. All these and more on the front page of The Guardian. Let's move on now to the Nigerian Tribune. 2027. Despite Tinubu's endorsements, are tickets still open for contest? That's what the APC is sharing. Uzodinma approves 104,000 naira minimum wage for Imo workers. ASU says patience with federal government runs thin as protests sweep campuses, threatening total strike after August 28 talks. Federal government declare retirees pension backlog with 758 billion naira bond. CBN goes tough on POS operators, orders geotagging of terminals to tackle fraud, increase surveillance. China boosts Nigeria's flood relief efforts with $1 million. Nigeria loses 455 billion naira annually to poor sanitation. 56% of Nigerians living below poverty line. That's according to the Trade Union Congress president. Let's move on now to The Nation. Ganduje and I working together, says Yawatda. Ganduje and I working together, Yawatda shares. 2027, why Jonathan won't run? Rather, right here says ex-president would allow disruption of South's solidarity. Federal government ASU talks raise truth's hope. I have opted out of 2027 race in party's interest, says Bala. Ondo bars graduation of primary school GSS 3 pupils. Emerging economies model our goal. President assures Nigerians. Judiciary is on trial, says FHC Chief Judge. All these and more on the front page of The Nation. And our final stop is the Vanguard 2027 presidency. Zoning causes rumpus. PDP intensifies move to woo Jonathan. Royal tussle. Oni is most supreme traditional ruler in Yoruba land. Araba Eleboibo. High voltage surges. Or high volt surge kills 2, raises houses in Kaduna community. NMA busts alleged baby factory in Delta. 4 killed, police, man, others injured in Lagos pandemonium. I await full briefing on Abuja Kaduna train disaster. Tinubu. A delicate to politicians prioritize residents' welfare over politics. Terrorism. DSS asks court to admit evidence against 3 alleged spies. 3,000 Lagos pupils benefit from back-to-school outreach. APC blasts Obasanjo over comment on Tinubu's competence. 2027. It's too late for PDP to zone presidency to South. Weakest aid. Beyond apology, I take full responsibility for Abuja-Kaduna train derailment. NRC MD. All these and more on Vanguard today. Time to get to your reactions. We are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. You can go on there right now to watch the show live and be a part of the conversation. Do also follow as well and share the live while you join the conversation. You can also send me a voice note or a WhatsApp message. You have 90 seconds. That's the time mark for it. I'll send it to 080-99-930-137. Do also include your name and your location. And it's best when you move away from a noisy area or where you move away from your listening device so that my voice doesn't overshadow the thoughts that you are sharing. On X, it is at Nigeria Info ABJ. You can go on there as well to share your thoughts. Let's run through some messages before we go on the break at 6:25 a.m. Dr. Mrs. Omar Lebar says, tackled corruption indeed. Mr. President, you said this before the whole world. There is God on the throne watching. Corruption is eating deep into the fabrics of our leaders. Corruption is being felt by the blind, deaf, dumb, and even unborn children. Corruption is flourishing because our leaders don't abide by the rule of law and the fear of God. Corruption has diminished lives and the living out of the masses. Is how she ends her thoughts. Good morning, Zuwaira Aminu Izom, who's watching from Kwali, as well as Yarda Sedrak. Thank you for joining the conversation this morning. Let's run through what you're sharing on WhatsApp. The rate of kidnapping, banditry, terrorism, and other similar vices have shown that the current administration at all levels haven't shown commitments to addressing these challenges. All efforts are now geared towards 2027 while the nation bleeds, is what Sunny in Ado Nasrawa shares as his thoughts. Good morning.
This is Morning Crossfire.
Connection established.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is 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 Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
Agaba Itodo one and only.
Good morning.
My name is Salasi. Mrs. Omeza, I will always appreciate you for that group of Ademi. I can see people contributed, and by the grace of God, we are going to meet the target. I want to appreciate these people in this our special group. The Lord Almighty God will provide for each and every one of us. I want to talk about the train responsibility, and he's claiming the responsibility. Yes, it's good to put the infrastructure, but we need to protect the infrastructure. There was a video that I watched. I see how they are removing the boat that tied this line. So you can imagine, after putting a huge amount of money, and some people will be vandalizing all these things. Look at the huge cost that these have incurred to the government now. So something needs to be done, putting the infrastructure, and it needs to be protected. Thank you so much. I appreciate.
Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Charles speaking.
Welcome, Charles.
There was a report of the Imo State governor raising the minimum wage of civil servants to 104,000.
Yes, sir.
Because during the campaign of the same governor, he said he was going to send 4,000 to Europe to go and work. I want some people to call to confirm if they have their brothers or family members were sent to Europe to go and work.
That was Charles. That was during
last
re-election,
weekend,
right?
yeah.
That was during his call for re-election.
Re-election, yes.
Okay.
Re-election, yes.
Go ahead.
So last weekend there was a killing in a place called Okigwe. And this same group killing and telling them that they are Biafran Liberation Army move on in groups and they have even vehicles. The same governor have not been able. He comes to Facebook, he comes online, TikTok, and make broadcasts on the atrocities he's committing. They call gentle. The governor have not been able to track this guy, the DSS, the military, for over 2 years, for over 4 years. This guy has been killing in communities. From all indication, I think he works for the governor and his group. Because nothing will tell me they have all the gadgets and everything it takes to track him down.
But that's a very strong allegation. What makes you think, or what gives that impression?
Why I think is this? Why I think is this? Why should a man for the past 4 years coming online? People know this guy in community. So many people know him. The government with all the power, the same government that went to Kenya to pick a kidnapper and they cannot pick a man in just Imo State, in fact, in a community.
All right, Charles.
So why will you tell me that the government, this man is not working for the government and the governor?
All right, Charles. Thank you for sharing your thoughts.
Thank you very much.
All right. Good morning. Welcome. Hello. Good morning. Are you there? I can't seem to hear you, so I'll let you go. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Noble. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. My name is King.
Welcome, King.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Been a minute.
I just want to add my voice to the issue of sanitation. Recently, I went to several federal ministries to do something. And I went to even the Ministry of, is it Environment, kind of? Somewhere in Maitama. Yeah, you need to see how everywhere is so, the drainage everywhere is just leaking. You can see physics littering outside everywhere. It's smelling. Even here in Abuja. You get it? I was just wondering, so what is the government doing? What are the people that are responsible to take care of? What are they? Are they not seeing it? You get it? You need to take time. I'll give you the address so you go see it firsthand. It's not just there. A lot of places in this city is thinking, and I don't know. Sanitation is a very serious thing. I don't know where we're going. I just want to call the attention of the authority on this sanitation stuff.
All right, so
yeah.
Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. But honestly, truly, what can we do to improve sanitation, not just in the FCT, but in Nigeria as a whole? Because it's really a mess, and it's really sad when you're either driving or walking. Everywhere stinks. It reeks. It's unhealthy, to people who are residents around that area. It's not safe at all. It doesn't speak well of us as a people and as a country. What can be done? Because a few days ago, I was in Gwarimpa, and one section of the road around the 3rd Avenue was covered by trash. One section of it. So people have to one lane has to be managed by, all the cars who are going back and forth that particular section of the road. And it's really sad why there is no proper waste disposal in certain parts and certain districts in the FCT. And it makes you wonder what's happening in other parts of the country as well. And going by the headline, what can we do? Because revenue is being lost when we don't take care of our sanitation in the best way possible, of our waste in the best way possible. Our health is also at risk. So what should be done? What would you advocate for? What's the advice that can be put forward and put out there that would revolutionize and ensure that there is proper waste disposal in the country? Let's get more of your reactions, shall we? Good morning, welcome.
Professor, good morning. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Hi, my name is Mrs. Teresa.
Welcome.
World Bank told us that 56% of Nigerians live below poverty line. Now, below poverty line. I don't know the definition of poverty line. And I don't know where they get the statistics from. But truly, if I have to add to that statement, I would say truly, so many people are finding it difficult to keep bodies so together. What do you say of people that are working yet living in an uncompleted building, even here in Abuja? What do you say about the people that just eat to confuse stomach? The nutrients might not be there. This is raining season, and naturally we have things that are cheaper, fresh, and healthy, but so many people cannot afford it. Now, remember that Mr. President told us that his policies, even though people are going through a lot, he believes that it's working and we should be patient. Mr. Itodo, if you take decision and that decision is not working, what do you do? Do you force yourself because of pride or because you don't want people to talk to continue with that particular decision, or you ask people, now that you people are always complaining, what do you actually want? How do you think we should go about this decision? Because indeed, with this subsidy is gone, so many people are finding it difficult to survive. You talk about cost of data. Nigerians, we know how to just manage to survive. When last did you calculate how much you spend a week making calls and data? And Nigerian Info family, thank you very much. It's not easy. You buy a recharge card of 1,000 before you say, hello, hi, how are you? Bam! You start looking for who is using your phone with you. I'm not even going to data. And offices now, they don't even give us data that will work. Sorry, let me know about that. Those ones that you know that when you have it, you'll be able to do one or two things. One side, you want data to be really like black sky. God bless all of us. Hold on.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Itodo.
Welcome, sir.
My name is I'm calling from Buhari.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. Let me start from the Muslim government's increment in the minimum wage of the
civil servants. In the first instance, the one that we're having, has he been paying? That's the question. He's just paying to the gallery. I had an encounter with one of the officers in the local government where I come from recently. When I traveled home, every single road in my local government area was not passable. And I raised an issue with one of the senior assistants to the local government chairman, and I asked, what is happening with the increment in the allocations that every tier of governance is having now? I went to Google and downloaded all that my local government area has been collecting since January. And we've already had more than 4.8 billion. In 1 month, we had 385 million naira. And nothing in the local government is showing you that we're even getting 1 million. And when I sent this information to her, she simply said, the governor is only giving us what to pay salaries with. We don't see all this money. I recorded it if you want to do now. So that's the state of things in Imo State, in almost the whole of Imo State. Not only in my own local government area alone, Abombase. So the truth here is that the government is playing to the gallery. And because he will soon be out, he's putting a burden on the incoming government because he knows he can't fulfill this increment.
All right.
My people should start asking questions. That era of deceit should be stopped by everybody, no matter where you are, home or abroad. Thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts. 6:39 a.m. right here on Nigeria Info. We're going through the headlines and getting your reactions to them. And you can reach out. You can go onto the live feed right now, YouTube, Facebook, at Nigeria Info Abuja to watch live. Share your thoughts. You can also share the live with your followers so that they can be a part of the conversation we're having right now. Ensure that you read the body of the headline so you get details as to how it would help you, while you are reacting. I was reading, a document a couple of days ago, and it gave a breakdown as to the list of states that are doing well following an increased allocation, FAC allocation to them. And it just makes you wonder, with the increased allocation, even though some of these states, are having to put a percentage aside to settle their debt, what difference have these allocations made to these states? And some of the best performing states in Nigeria as of 2024 include Lagos, Ogun, Kaduna, Adamawa, Niger, Nasarawa, Gombe, Jigawa, Plateau, Abia, Oyo, and Bauchi. And someone was of the opinion that it's been a minute that he heard any complaints from Abia State. And that brought about the conversation around if a state governor is doing good and all states can also emulate and do just right as well, it would come together to becoming, progress to the nation. That some state governors are focused on what is right for their state and for the residents who are there beyond politics. Just like the Osun State governor, is calling for governors and politicians in general to focus on delivering the dividends of democracy and not focus on just politics, because that's beyond what they have been called to fulfill in the position that they have, taken. And it's concerning. How can we get to a point where these allocations, you can show the results across board? Because when there is progress on one side, the failure on the other side tends to overshadow the progress that has been made, and it feels as though nothing is being done. How are you holding your governor accountable, ensuring that they have results to show for the allocations that they are getting? Do governors really know what is expected of them beyond paying salaries? Let's get to the live feed on YouTube. Anthony Emeno, good morning. Thank you for joining. I wonder the year the federal government of Nigeria will get it right with ASU is what A.D. Moore is saying. Peter Oda, he's watching from Otolo Newi in Anambra State. Solomon Language is watching from Anagada. Thank you for joining. I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. Let's go on to Facebook, read some of your thoughts right now. Also, Francis and Amani, Our electoral process should be holistically reformed to enable our votes count. Oludade Abiodun says, I know ADC will let us know whether they are together or not because most of these people in that party are very ambitious and desperate to be president. I know after their primaries, most of these people will dump the party as they usually do. Baba Elebobon is a historian and he knows the history of the Yorubas better than those who are trying to tell us what is not. I really want to commend the government of Ondo State for joining IMO in banning unnecessary graduation from nursery and primary schools. These private schools are extorting people, is what he says. And Chimex Undubisi says APC saying it welcomes other aspirants in 2027 is just a fallacy. It wants to be in the news. APC wants to make some money. And at the end of the day, during the last minute, you will see the aspirant stepping down for Tinubu, is what he says. All right. Moazu John Lasisi, how many months or years ago did the government rehabilitate, work on that route, referring to the Abuja-Kaduna train derailment? I suspect sabotage. Or does it mean the company that handled the job did not do a good job, is what you're asking? We are waiting for the outcome of the investigation. Good morning, Jesse from Yola, Adamawa State. Thank you for joining the conversation. Let's go on to some of your voice notes right now on WhatsApp. Hope you're keeping it short and simple. All right, let's run through as many as possible, and then I'll take some of your messages. Good morning. Welcome.
My name is Abila, sending this voice note from Central area. APC says the presidential ticket is open for APC members to contest. I bet you, Mr. Itodo, anybody that tries it, that person is going to be blacklisted by the APC head. And we all know that they have endorsed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu before now as the flag bearer. So who is the person that is going to dare it? And the president has justified his reforms. Applaud Nigerians for patience. We don't have a choice. It is by force that we are patient, because you are beating us and you wouldn't want us to cry. That is what is happening in this country. God will help us in this country. That is my take this morning.
Good morning, Dick Itodo. How was your night and how is your family? I want to quickly react on some issues that you have raised in your newspaper story this morning. And the first one I will react to is over the issue of ASU strike. I think it will be a very, very great disgrace and a slap to this government, to the face of this government, if they should watch and allow ASU to go on strike. The reason is they remove subsidy and promise that they will channel the money into education and so many places, electricity, all this thing. Up to today, we have not seen that. So they should stand on their toe, on their feet, and make sure that ASU does not go on strike.
Good morning, Deacon Itodo. This is Chukwudi listening from Southeast, Abia State. It's too late for PDP to zone president seats to Southeast by wicked head. Yes, that is true. I even talked this in the other day. Saying PDP don't already make a mistake. For them to recover again, it will be too late for them. If you even ask me, now PDP is supposed to zone their president to North. If they get this small vote from Southeast and South, they will join it for North and carry the day.
Good morning, Mr. Itodo. My name is Omo Odudua. I'm transmitting live from Gagalada, Abuja. The governor of Imo State increased the minimum wage to 104,000 naira. That's a very good one. That's a progressive governor, someone who has the interest of his people at heart. I congratulate the Imolites for having a progressive-minded person as their governor. More is still coming. Yes, they are going to enjoy more. And the APC. And the APC is opening door for every contestant to contest with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the primaries of APC. That's a very good one.
All right, thank you for sharing your thoughts. Let's get to you now. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Pastor Gentleman Itodo. My name is Abakar calling you from Gogoleda.
Good morning, sir. Please go ahead.
Thank you. I greet all the callers and esteemed listener and contributors of Nigeria Info. It will be unfortunate if our lecturers and the dons in the university have to go to or to have to go on strike before their grievances will be met. Just like one of your contributors rightly said, they are promised out with subsidy removal. They'll have more than enough resources to fund education, to build infrastructure. They will stop borrowing, but they have not been able to keep to their promises. Instead, they have more resources to fund political defension from opposition ranks to APC. That is what we see. And who will contest against Tinubu at the APC primary? He will be wasting his time. Ganduje, before he was removed as national chairman, as rightly said, they have endorsed Tinubu as their sole candidate. So Nigeria should look elsewhere. Even Wiki has even said it before now that PDP lacks capacity to even contest the next general election. So people should look for better alternative. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. Welcome. Sorry about that. Let's get to you. Welcome. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. I'm very well, thank you. You sound far away. I can barely hear you.
Yeah, my name is Ojo, the next president.
Go ahead, Ojo.
Yeah, thank you. Tinubu defending his policy that the policy is leading positive results. Yes, citizens don't feel the direct impact. But I tell you, there are a lot of benefit that the fuel subsidy removal has bring upon the economy. But it's just that what the government and the governor need to do, the president and the governor need to do, they have not really done it. They will have used that money to give the citizen more welfare package that will have bring succor on the citizen.
When you say welfare package, do you mean the conditional cash transfer? Because that has gotten to like a little percentage of Nigerians. Is that what you're referring to as welfare?
No, on the issue of the salary, with what the governor and the president are getting, we don't expect them to take the salary to 70,000 naira. Honestly speaking, they will have done more, so that the burden of a fuel subsidy removal that was put upon the citizen will have at least been reduced. And again, on the issue of transportation, all the vehicle promise that it will be available for citizens. We are not seeing it. We are just seeing one or two around the town now. So that's why the citizens are not really feeling the positive part of the fuel subsidy removal. But I tell you, the economy has really bounced back. In fact, look at our stock exchange. For the past 2 years now, they have not been on loss. So those who have share in those companies, they are smiling home. But because citizens who are just salary earner and the people who are hustling on the day, they are the one feeling that seriously. But it's not yet too late.
All right.
The president and the governor should begin to look inward.
All right.
Like what the governor of Imo State did to bring more relief on the citizen.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts. We'll run through your messages right now. It's 6:51. At 6:55, we need to wrap things up. And at 7 o'clock, it'll be time for the lead. So let's run through as many of your messages as we can handle before we run out of time. Parties and graduation ceremony for nursery, primary, and secondary school should be abolished nationwide. It only benefits the owners of private schools, is what Fitzgerald in Airport Road shares. And Elder Bosun Enyanya says, Abga says no presidential candidate for 2027. That is not news to anybody anymore. What do we expect when all the Southeast political elites are in APC, even before Soludo's endorsement? That is a message to Obi that his people are not ready, which also confirms Ohanese's statement. But they should... Okay. All right. That's a good place to leave it. Thank you for sharing. And social engineer Comrade Fodu says, I'm happy to hear that federal government has set to resolve the ASU impending strike. I hope the federal government will aim at settling all contentious issues once and for all, so that the nation's academic calendar will not be disrupted in the near future, is how he ends his thoughts. And Kenneth Itodo Wike and his media aides should leave the PDP alone. If PDP is vibrant, Wike should have long been expelled from the party. While Wale Fatula says Nigeria's entrenched corruption, a festering wound, lingers despite the president's lofty claims in Brazil that it's vanished under his watch. Emeka Itodo, China keeps your money, I bet you, because it will never get to the victims of the flood. Oh, you're advising them to keep the money, the donation, to victims of flooding in Nigeria. Nigeria will be great again. And the Imo State governor has done well with the increment in civil servants' minimum wage. You have done badly in infrastructure, in education and security, but at least you have done this one. But I doubt if it is sustainable. And why now is the question the Saint Victor in Lugbe is asking. On the issue of Imo State, he has done well for the state, but the problem is the implementation. Probably he'll be able to pay the approved minimum wage by the government of Nigeria. And 56% of Nigerians living below poverty line. The question is, what is being done to salvage the situation? Is a question that Ezekiel Dunga in CBD is asking. Life has been difficult and meaningless lately. They need to fix this challenge as soon as possible. Which economy bounced back? Is the question being asked right here by 1465. And Okeke Kechuku from Kuba says APC throws open their presidential tickets. I'm telling you without mincing words that they're looking for the president's enemy. Any of their members who try might be seen as a permanent enemy of the president, is what he shares. Do you share that sentiment as well? Because we saw endorsements in the last few months of the president, or for the president to run a second term in 2027. But right now they've come out to say, well, it's open to anybody who is interested in running for the same election. Do you feel like this would put anyone who indicates interest in a very dicey and suspicious situation, or is it just to give room for more people to be a part of endorsing the president for the election? I'm going to a quick break right now. Catch up on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info. Abuja, good morning.
Promo is fine.